So I have a few friends that are great fans of PC92 machines. Not the low techs, but the high techs. These were a bit of an oddball cabinet. A little bit different, but they're absolutely beautiful games to play. But my friend Phil's was non-working. We had three boards to look at total. The first one shown in the picture here was the best bet. This one had heavy corrosion, but it looked not bad. We're going to look at that at a later date. This one here we thought was shorted out. That one came up to me to get looked at. So these games have a 7795 based sound card, which made it really easy for us because it means we could easily download the ROMs and copy them, and the chip's readily available as well. It's using a lot of different techs, Impact, Scorpion 2, whatever. Also noticed when I was looking at the board that the 5V power supply is provided by that massive regulator and a heatsink. Again, made life simple for us because Project Coin used the same regulator on Procon Plus and PC92, so provided we had a scrap board, we had a spare available, and we needed it, and I'll show you why. So we selected our first board, and testing the 5V lines on any logic chip, we got that reading. That sound made Phil nearly fall off his chair. Swapped that transistor out, and then things started getting weird. Phil thought there might be a problem with the memory or something on the game, but I could see something else happening. It actually looked like the game had started up and was stuck in some sort of demo mode. So I've seen that Phil switched it on and off, and then at that point the board stopped booting, so it was time to go to the schematics. Now there's no drawings available for PC92, but as I've explained before, you can get by using Procon Plus schematics. Some of the part numbers are a little bit different, but essentially the circuit is exactly the same. So we looked at the reset circuit. So the reset circuit in the power supply on one page, but I got Phil to check a few things, and he noticed that the line N reset from TR4 was stuck high. So to allow him to continue testing the machine, I suggested we just remove TR4 and then we attach a piece of wire or a switch or something so we can just briefly short the reset line to ground. He did that and it got us back up and testing. Testing it in the other cabinet, Chico the Bandit, I believe, revealed this was a board fault. We've got a button stuck down, or at least the game board thinks we've got a button stuck down. So it was time to investigate that. So after Phil done a couple of checks with Logic Probe, we noticed that the 4010 here that drives the switches wasn't doing much. So having a scrap board, you just whipped one out from the scrap board and put it in there, and the game started behaving. You can see from this diagram that the LED displays rely on one line coming from that PIO. You see it quite clearly there, pin 29 P102. And that line was stuck low, so the LED display is going to be stuck off. Phil swapped another chip in. The new chip, well, it's not new, it's new old stock. It puts the rest of the board to shame. But it brought the LEDs back up and running. We could actually start to see some element of what the game was doing. Mr. Alpha display, however, still totally dark. But the lights and everything were on. We put the lamp fuse in, and the board didn't go bang. The traces were absolutely fine. But the Alpha display was absolutely dead.
In track mode. Right, basically that there goes down to the Alpha, which is there. So that's that there. Then some of the wires just go into the loom, and obviously then you've got the plug into this little separate board.
Penny dropped when Phil phoned one of his friends and he sent him a picture of how his VFD was plugged in. That big Alpha display is plugged in at the socket of the serial port, not at the VFD. While we were figuring all that out, we actually noticed that the big power resistor on that little power supply board that's marked VFD power supply was getting flame hot. So we borrowed one out of the other cabinet.
Well, that didn't go too badly. So super bright, it's hard to notice there.
For the second time in this repair, Phil fell off his chair.
It's in some sort of test sequence at LCD when you power it on. All good now, no alarms. Test switch was up, wasn't it? I bloody forgot about that thing. But yeah, just that display. Lisa's coming on now, I guess.
With the Alpha sitting in idle mode, we tested all the lines to IC6 and we noticed that all the outputs going to the Alpha were doing absolutely nothing.
Well, Magic, what do you make of that?
You have to admit, the game looks absolutely lovely, doesn't it? So there was still a lot of things to do. We had to fix a reset circuit. We had to... Phil's got to change all the lamps. We haven't got much further than this at the minute, and I've got one of his boards up here fixed and ready to go back to him, but that we can consider a success. Looks nice. And that's that. I hope you liked the video. It's something completely different to what I'm used to doing. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll post any updates that Phil gives to me about the progress of this machine. Yeah. Thanks for watching.